Hello YouTube, Big Red MC716 here, and it's time for another Let's Play, Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, aka the Japanese Super Mario Bros. 2. Alright, as you saw on the title screen there, instead of one and two player game, you got Mario and Luigi to pick from. I'll be playing through as Luigi. What's the difference between the two, you might be asking? Well, with Mario, there's really no difference between here and the first game. He plays just exactly like he does in the first game. Luigi here, however, can jump higher than Mario. However, the downside is that he has, as some Call Me Johnny likes to put it, piss poor traction, which basically means that he slides around even more than Mario does when, he gets done running or when he lands from a jump. Which essentially makes playing as Luigi the hard mode of the game, as some people like to call it. So yeah, and while I've been sitting here talking, I just cleared the first level. How you like that? Yeah, so basically, as you can tell, this game was pretty much built off the same engine as the first Mario game. So yeah, it controls exactly the same. The only really difference here is the difference between whether you're playing as Mario or Luigi. You noticed here, the first level was the typical... Whoops. That's embarrassing. Anyway, the first level was a typical outside overworld type level. And the second level here is underground, just like in the first game. And that's the second time I've died there. Don't know what's going on. But anyway, yeah. How much you willing to bet that the third level's gonna be in the treetops? Well, we'll find out. And yep, just like the original game, you can go up here to skip the level. Just like the original game, had elevators. And just like the original game, you can go back up in that alcove to find a warp point. But I'm not going to be doing that for LP purposes. Because I'm showing off all the levels in this game, damn it. On to World 1-3. And holy shit, it is in the treetops. And now we're introduced to something different. Which is coming up. Bloopers in the air. That's right. The bloopers are not only underwater now. They can also attack from in the air. That's right, the bloopers have learned to breathe air. And just to show you how terrified I am of them, the blooper didn't even kill me. I just committed suicide. Yeah, it's that frightening. Yeah, well, you get the idea. So yeah, like I've been saying, this game's pretty much the same as the original, just changed level designs. And also later in the game, it's going to introduce a wind element to the game as well. It introduces wind that actually blows you in a certain direction. God, that sounded wrong. But yeah, it's basically what it does. And you'll see it later on. Yeah. And now we come to the castle, where Bowser once again waits inside. Whoops. Yeah, you see? You see how Luigi gets that traction? Bet you if I was Mario, I would have lived. But whatever. I was Mario for the first game, I'm showing off Luigi here. I want to show you that I can beat the game as Luigi, and I did. Yep, just like the original. They're the fireballs. Shows you, which tell you that you're getting close to Bowser, who likes to keep a lot of paintings of himself. So long, Bowser. That's my Luigi impression. And yep, the bag contains that piece of shit toad.
Thank you, Luigi, but our princess is in another castle.
Yep, and off we go to World 2. Yeah. Bouncing Koopas. I surprisingly have very little to say now. I actually think there was a star in those blocks back there. I don't know why I didn't get it. Oh yeah, here's something new to this game. The green trampolines. Basically, these pretty much just bounce you so high into the sky that you're off screen for a few seconds. It's kind of like you're walking on air, basically. You'll drop down after a few seconds. But yeah, you can travel a good distance. There's actually going to be a level later on that centers around those trampolines. By the way, that blue mushroom there is a poison mushroom. Eating it is like taking a hit, so don't do it. And World 2-1 is cleared. Yep. Okay, somehow I have 1 life left. For World 2-2, excuse me. Yep. A lot of the same stuff here, really. Goombas, Koopas, Piranha Plants. Not a lot to talk about. And I see it just got brighter. The night sky lights up tonight. I see. And here's the star. Of course, it serves the same function as it did in the first game, and as it does in all the games. It makes you invincible for a brief period of time, can run through anything. And here we have the Fire Flower. Let me tell you something, it is pretty damn hard to keep this throughout the game. Something I failed to mention earlier, but I'm doing it now. This game is actually much, much harder than the original. And no, it's not just because of Luigi. And you'll see why later, trust me. But basically, some people like to describe this as basically a fan hack that costs money to play. And I called this game in the beginning of the part the Japanese Super Mario Bros. 2. Basically, there are 2 reasons that are speculated that we didn't get this game, that Americans didn't get this game initially. One, because it was too much like the original. Oh yeah, by the way, if you pick up a Fire Flower when you're small, it just acts as a mushroom. Anyway, and I get hit immediately after. Let me get back on track. The first reason was that it was too much like the original. Like, people would feel like they were paying for the same game, basically, which obviously is not the case. And the other reason was that it would be considered too hard, which is kind of bullshit if you ask me. I mean, look what other games we got on the NES. Like Castlevania games, the Contra games, the Mega Man games. I think after beating those games, we Americans have proven that we can handle hard games. Well, me personally, I haven't beaten any Mega Man games, and I only beat Contra with the code. But yep, here's the game over screen. It's a nice touch that it shows Luigi instead of just showing Mario. It shows you're playing as, at least. Yeah. mushroom up here, of course. And you know, this isn't the normal, like, color palette of the game. I think it might have something to do with the emulator that I'm using, which is ZSNES. That's how I played the first game, too, as well as Mario Bros. 2. Back on my old channel. And they never did this. I have no idea what's going on here. Alright, and we move on to World 3, the Winter World, apparently. Oh god, the Hammer Brothers. Luckily, you can just run under them. See ya, bitches! I'm just running through this place. Let's get big. Come on, let's go. Yeah, I had to wait for that bullet bill to move out of the way. I don't want that thing hitting me. Yeah! And I'm over the flagpole, but I'm not going that way. Because I don't want to warp. I want to show off the levels of this game, damn it. I am doing a Let's Play, a full playthrough of the game. Now it's on to World 3-2. The first underwater level. Yeah. Nothing really different yet either. Trust me, the different stuff is coming. You will see how this game is different. Oh wait, there's some that makes it different. Koopa's underwater. That wasn't in the original. At least I don't think it was. Shit, still got the bottomless pits that act as currents that pull you down. And just like that, it's been beat. Yeah, pull that flagpole down. And that's how we do it. Hey, now that I'm looking at that green flag waving down there, it kind of looks like a skull. A skull is on it. You know, people down in the comments, tell me if that looks like a skull to you too. Because it looks like a skull to me. Maybe I'm just seeing things, but that's what it looks like. And man, I'm just rushing through this level. God, you think his feet would eventually get tired after all that shit? Running that fast through treetops, jumping every step of the way, you know what I mean? And now we get to World 3-4. The third castle of the game. And it's a maze. Ah, okay. Apparently I shouldn't be going the top route. Crap. I don't know what happened there. Don't know why I just felt the need to jump into the lava. Or, actually in this color palette it kind of looks like nacho cheese. Nope. Top path is wrong. Fuck! Luigi, you are not a nacho chip. You should not be going into the cheese. Or no, wait. Maybe he's a jalapeno tortilla chip. I don't know. Yeah, great. Just because I called him a chip, he wants to be eaten by the piranha plant now. Or no, wait. Maybe it's not jalapeno. Guacamole, that's what I was looking for. Guacamole. A guacamole chip, yeah. Yeah, I'm just grasping at straws for things to talk about now. It's pretty much the same stuff that was in the first Super Mario Brothers game, except a lot more death. And speaking of death, there's a certain level in this game where I died a fuck ton of lot. A hell of a lot. And I'll tell you which one it is when we get to it. Yep, just like the original. If you go the right way, it goes ding. But if you go the wrong way, it goes dun, and you have to start over at where you were. And here's Bowser. And now we've got fireballs that launch up from the lava. That didn't even touch me. Alright, well, I got the first 3 worlds done and out of the way with in this part. Next time we meet, we're going to take on World 4-1. See you then.